On Turkey's ancient Troad Peninsula, where the Aegean meets the Dardanelles, lie the remnants of cities that changed the course of history. On the final day of our journey through Çanakkale, we're exploring two legendary sites: Alexandria Troas, a forgotten metropolis that almost became the capital of the Roman Empire, and Troy, a city so powerful that even Alexander the Great came here searching for heroes. This is a story of empires, forgotten engineering marvels, and how two ancient cities survived to tell their tales.
We're just north of where we were staying. We'll be heading up to Alexandria Troas, ancient city ruins, and then onto the possibly most famous archaeological site and mythological city, Troy.
Somewhere along Turkey's Çanakkale Peninsula, we've stumbled upon something that feels impossible in 2024. Miles of pristine Mediterranean coastline without a single tourist in sight.
Well, we've just seen a beach on our way because the route we're taking goes alongside the sea up to Troas. And yeah, let's go and have a look at the beach. This is just off a little sidetrack from the main road. Might be a bit windy.
Standing here, you can't help but imagine what these shores have witnessed. Ancient Greek trading ships, seeking shelter from the storms. Roman galleys carrying marble.
Wow. It's a beach.
And perhaps even the legendary 1,000 ships of Agamemnon's fleet anchored offshore before sailing to Troy. Alexandria Troas was one of the most important cities in the Roman Empire, a city so significant that both Julius Caesar and Constantine considered making it their capital before settling on Rome and Constantinople instead. Welcome to Alexandria Troas.
No. Oh look, they're digging it out. Ash, come, they're digging it out. They've got a Nymphaeum. This is Alexandria Troas, the site where the ancient city was. Most of it still underground. I'm filming in the car because it's quite windy out there and also 40 degrees. It's 40 degrees out there. That might be why it feels hot.
The thing about ancient cities is that they're mostly underground. What you're seeing here is just the tip of the archaeological iceberg. But even these visible remains tell an incredible story. This city, founded by one of Alexander the Great's generals, once had a population of 130,000 people. That's bigger than Cambridge is today. What you're seeing here might look like a few stone arches, but it's actually the roof of an entire marketplace buried underground.
I can see the top of a doorway.
Yeah.
Here, so it goes
6 meters down.
The scale of this place is incredible. There's a network of tunnels and canals running underneath the whole city that's actually bigger than the famous Roman sewers in Rome itself. This raised platform was once a temple, sitting high above the city. Most of its marble was stripped away centuries ago and shipped off to Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul. When you have a convenient port and lots of precious building materials, your neighbours tend to help themselves. And the detail in these carved reliefs is mind-blowing. See these garlands being carried by little cherubs. In most Roman cities, they'd be decorated with acanthus leaves, but here in Alexandria Troas, they used oak leaves instead. It's such a specific detail that when pieces of Alexandria Troas turn up in other cities, like Istanbul for example, archaeologists can identify them just from these oak leaves. It's like an ancient artist's signature. What makes walking through here so fascinating is that we're literally standing on top of most of the city. an entire ancient metropolis waiting to be uncovered, with only about 3% of it being excavated so far. It stretches from here to the sea on the horizon. As we make our way towards Troy, it's worth remembering that these two cities, though separated by centuries, are connected by one man, Alexander the Great. While he didn't found Alexandria Troas himself, his visit to Troy changed how people saw this region forever.
Welcome to Troy!
The Troy Museum opened in 2018, and it's a bit like a time machine in a box. The building is designed to rust over time, eventually matching the colour of Troy's ancient ruins. The ground floor sets the scene with the geology and archaeology of the region. As you head up the stairs, you'll start to see the real treasures. Everything from delicate gold jewellery to massive storage jars. Gleaming gold jewellery, delicate glass vessels. The museum mixes the spectacular with the everyday, right next to each other. Next to precious golden treasures, you'll find simple clay toys that Trojan kids would have played with thousands of years ago. It makes you realise that while the Trojan War might be myth and legend, the people who lived here were very real. The star of the show here is the Altıkulaç sarcophagus. This massive marble coffin tells a story through its carvings, a wild boar hunt frozen in stone. The detail is incredible. You can almost hear the horse's hooves and the hunter's shouts. It's a freeze frame of ancient life carved out in marble around 380 to 370 BCE. What makes it even more special is that it was found completely intact, with its lid still sealed, a rare occurrence in archaeology where most discoveries have been looted or damaged centuries ago. Here is Emperor Hadrian, looking particularly pleased with himself, and next to him, Triton, looking, well, as good as you can when you're half man, half fish. These statues survived thousands of years of history, wars and earthquakes. This is the sarcophagus of Polyxena, a Trojan princess. According to myth, she was sacrificed on Achilles' tomb after Troy fell. Not the happiest ending, but at least she got a really nice coffin out of it. As we were heading to the entrance of the Troy ruins, we spotted this helicopter overhead. It's actually a firefighting helicopter. These archaeological sites are constantly under threat from wildfires, especially during Turkey's hot, dry summers.
So we're here at the site of the ruins. Unfortunately, I think the horse is being renovated. And remember, this is the horse from the movie, not the actual one. Ooh, on a day like today, the bits of Troy I want to see are whatever's in the shade. Oh my god, yes, lobster Englishman. Yes, didn't wear sun cream. Thought he was good enough for the Turkish sun, because he's been here for years. No. Still English. It was a good view.
These walls have seen things. We're walking through Troy 6 now, which existed around 1700 to 1200 BCE. Think about that for a second. These stones were already ancient when Alexander the Great visited.
Feels a bit like a giant tree house here, like Swiss Family Robinson style.
The wooden walkways might look like the world's most ambitious tree house, but they're actually protecting the ruins underneath while giving us a perfect view of different parts of the city.
This has become my new favourite place in Troy, purely because it's got trees and shade.
The wooden walkways might look like the world's most ambitious tree house, but they're actually protecting the ruins underneath while giving us a perfect view of different parts of the city.
Troy's history spans over 4,000 years, and the city is broken into multiple layers, which represent what happened with each civilization and each era that came before it.
This massive stone ramp leading up to Troy's citadel is one of the most impressive engineering features of the site. Built around 1700 BCE, it's not just a path, it's a statement of power. Imagine being a visitor approaching Troy for the first time, having to walk up this monumental ramp while the city's defenders watched from above. This massive cut through the site is called the Schliemann Trench, named after Heinrich Schliemann, who discovered Troy in the 1870s. Though discovered might be a generous term, emphatically dug through several important layers of history might be more accurate. We're now looking at the sanctuary of Troy 8 to 9 and the lower city of Wilusa. That's what the Hittites called Troy. This area would have been full of life, with people going about their daily business, probably complaining about the price of olive oil. And finally, the Odeon, an ancient concert hall, though I doubt they had to deal with people holding up their phones during performances.
So, that's the end of our journey, and we're going to head back home to Tekirdağ now. And so we'll see you on the next adventure. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.